Rachel, and today we are talking about what my favorite crystals were in May. Every month I do these videos, I go over the crystals that I was drawn to, and then I look for patterns and reasons why. If you've never done this, I highly encourage you to start thinking about the crystals that you are reaching for from month to month, and then looking into maybe why. It's a really good self-reflection exercise. Okay, so I will say that in months past, I have told you that I feel this huge shift a lot of the times from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. And it's almost like I have two separate groupings of crystals. This month especially, in the very beginning of the month, I was using crystals a lot. And I remember that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget these. So I made a little list of them. And then I almost feel like I went through a little period of 5 to 7 days where I didn't even touch crystals a lot for some reason. And then I dove back in with completely different crystals. So I was thinking about the crystals that I had been using more recently, trying to figure out if there was like one or two that I had been picking up more than others. And then I got out my list from the beginning of the month, and dude, I feel like that was a different life. I feel like that was a different timeline. It was just the biggest, hugest shift that I have felt so far in a month, that things just feel completely different. Some of the ones from the beginning of the month, I don't know, I just don't feel that connected with. So this video might be a little bit weird. And yes, in case you were wondering, this is moldavite on my third eye here. Just casual moldavite headband for the day. Okay, so the first stone I'm going to talk about is lapis. Lapis made my list again. And I think lapis was just on my list last month, so this was one of the ones that was in the beginning of the month list. So maybe this was kind of like a crossover for that. And I found myself just wanting to constantly wear it. And there were many, many, many days when that's all I wanted to wear. And it was specifically my lapis bracelet, which I cannot find anywhere right now. I have no idea where it's at. So I was like, well, that's fine. I'll just find a random piece of lapis for the video. And the moment I thought of that, this thing popped in my head, and I knew I wanted this to be my lapis in the video. A friend made this for me. Like, these are all individual beads of lapis. Someone took the time to string these together and make a complete tree for me. I mean, can we just appreciate for a second how wonderful other humans can be sometimes? Something about lapis to me makes me feel very connected to like ancient Egyptian roots, and kind of like a link almost to that energy. And since I just talked about lapis last month, or maybe the month before, I'm not going to go a lot into it, but it was the first crystal I started wearing every day. I'm very connected to lapis. I always will be. I love it. The next crystal that was on my list was Smoky Quartz. And I was kind of thinking about it just started raining really hard. Holly does not like it when it storms. How does so much noise come out of such a little animal? So I was thinking about it, and while a lot of the crystals and stones that I'm drawn to are things that I'll like wear around or put in my pocket, and it's almost like an energy that I choose for the entire day, whether it's an energy I'm trying to like bring in, or if it's that I'm trying to like keep myself away from something. It's almost like an all-day thing. Smoky quartz, I have noticed that it's something that I will pick up and carry around for an hour or two, and then that's all I needed it for. And I do that a lot. And I was thinking about it, and I feel like smoky quartz is I think it's my favorite grounding stone for like, just like quick, everyday, easy grounding. I think it's just my subconscious, like, okay, okay, Rachel, just, why don't you just stop for a second? And like, that's what I feel like I do and need from and with my smoky quartz. So this is the point that I was using a lot this month, and I have another little like tower I carry around a lot. Yeah, it just, yeah, it just seems like that's the way I'm always using Smoky Quartz. Not that I don't enjoy it all the time, but like when I'm drawn to it like that, it's just for these little spurts of time. And some days it's for like a couple days where I'll carry it around for a couple of hours and then I just put it down. And it's just like I'm intuitively knowing that this is why. It's because I am just grounding myself constantly. I would love to know what your favorite grounding stone is down in the comments. Again, early in the month, I kept being drawn to, so what I have on my list is dark stones / copperanite. And I remember in the beginning of the month, I was reaching for this bracelet over and over and over and over and over again. And it is really hard to pick up on video sometimes, but this, when I bought it, it was sold as Nuummite. I later figured out that it was copperanite. But the reason that I have dark stones / copperanite written down is because I was picking this up a lot, but also I was playing with my Nuummite a lot. So these were bought as the same stone, but they're not the same stone, but I was drawn to both of them at the same time. And this is one that I keep on my desk a lot. I have a little, I always have crystals everywhere, but I do have this little area where I always have a few stones, and this one has lived in it for like, I don't know, like 5 months. So a lot of the times when I'm sitting on the computer, no matter what I'm doing, I work on the computer, I have my water on this side, and I'm constantly trying to drink the water. And then over here, I'm constantly kind of like playing with crystals. So the little stack of crystals is over there, and I was just constantly picking up this and like playing with it while I'm working or whatever. So, you know, I didn't think about the fact that wearing this moldavite might affect the way that I can make this video, because now that I'm thinking about it, you guys, that combination of the moldavite and the Nuummite is like a very powerful combination. I remember I did it in one of my moldavite energies videos. Like, sorry, I can't even focus right now. I have this like swirling light thing happening in front of my face, and I need some water. So I'm going to leave that on the desk, but I'm going to read to you a little bit about Nuummite. Keywords: personal magic, inner journeys, good for the third eye chakra, encourages self-acceptance, recognition of inner strength, it aids in honoring one's depths and finding one's inner power, calms and balances the nervous system. It draws upon the fiery energies of the earth's core, and they offer us the gift of inner power for self-mastery. It can take one on a journey into the depths of the psyche to help one release energies trapped in the subconscious. Ooh, Nuummite may be used as a gazing stone, helping one move into altered states of consciousness. I have always really enjoyed the energies of Nuummite. To me, it feels, it is like a powerful stone, but I don't feel like I've ever felt overwhelmed by it on its own. Paired with moldavite, it's much more, wow. The next one, I'm going to say this started kind of like in the middle of the month and then has gone on throughout the entire month. I have worn this pendant more this month than I ever have before combined. It is my pink tourmaline and blue kyanite and peridot necklace. And I don't know, I've just been wearing it almost every day. This, and then I have a ruby fuchsia necklace I wore a few times, but other than that, this is the only thing that I had like around my neck this month. And it was almost every day, to the point where I have been tying it on this black hemp cord, and I will knot it around my neck, like not a bow or anything, it's a knot. So sometimes I'll even wear this in the shower, and I'll sleep with it on, like I won't take it off for days at a time. It's just been very, I don't know. And I feel like it's a nice balance of energies. Like if this is going to be the only thing I have on me, it's just a nice balance. I don't know, there's nothing grounding about this necessarily, but also I've had this feeling like when I pick it up and put it on, I feel like in the past I've done it for the pink tourmaline aspect of it, but I feel like every time I put it on, I was more kind of like attuned to the energy of the blue kyanite. I feel like I wanted to have that on me, but I feel like I very much appreciated the fact that it was combined with the pink tourmaline and the peridot. But I feel like the blue kyanite was kind of like in the driver's seat of the whole thing. Blue kyanites have a high vibration and create very rapid transfers of energy. They open psychic channels and activate the mind centers, enhances one's ability to download information from higher sources. So, okay. The blue kyanite is a very high vibration crystal. I don't know if I would put it in the same category as like the high vibration crystals, like the phenakite, moldavite, things like that. I would have to like sit down and actually experiment with that. However, I feel like it's like if those things are like at a 10 on the high vibration level, I feel like blue kyanite's at like a 9. So because I was wearing this very high vibrational stone a lot of the time that I'm not necessarily used to wearing, like moldavite, I'm very used to the specific energy of moldavite. Kyanite is different, so I'm not necessarily as used to that energy. And maybe that is why I had the need to pick up the Smoky Quartz over and over to ground myself. And you know what's funny? At the bottom of the page, it tells you like what other crystals they harmonize well with. The Nuummite said moldavite. The blue kyanite says moldavite. Moldavite is still my favorite, you guys. It's never going away. It's just... Next up on the list is pyrite. I feel like this was just in a video recently too. Maybe there was more overlap, I don't know. Also, there is pyrite in lapis. I go through phases with pyrite. I always love it, but I go through certain phases where I want to be around it a lot and I will carry them around a lot. I do have a pyrite necklace. I don't wear it anymore. It started giving me this weird rash the last time I wore it, and I actually threw it in my wallet and it's still in there. Your wallet is a great place to keep pyrite. But these bigger pieces that I have, I will just carry them around. I sit on the couch, I watch a show, I'm holding the pyrite. I go outside to look at the stars, I take the pyrite. I'm just walking around, I'm holding the pyrite, I put it down, I do the dishes, I pick it back up. It's just around. It's too big to put in my pocket, but it's something I just carry around a lot. And like I said, I just go through phases with it. It was more like the beginning and throughout the middle of the month. So pyrite is very associated with the solar plexus chakra and all of the things that have to do with like confidence, willpower, vitality. It's supposed to help you fight off infections even, and just make you feel like you can kind of do anything. And you just I feel kind of like this like revitalized sensation when I have pyrite around me. And it's very, very like sparkly. It makes me happy. And I do feel like that all kind of just goes together with that energy of just like vibrance. I do feel like I was a little bit like tired and low energy in the beginning of the month. So I feel like that was probably a lot of the reason why I was picking it up, for just simply for that boost that I feel like it gives me. The last crystal I'm going to talk about today is more of a recent one. It has just been in the last few weeks that I have been wanting to carry this a lot, and to the point of I haven't been carrying crystals in my pockets quite that often since I'm not going into work. That was like the main thing. Going into work, you're around all this stuff all day, you don't really have control over your environment or what's going on, so I stack crystals upon myself. Now that I am not putting myself in that situation, I find that I'm still using crystals, but kind of in a completely different way, because I'm not like in survival mode. I'm not on the defense. I'm actually able to just go after what I'm trying to bring in instead of trying to keep things away from me, which is nice. But I did have this one in my pocket a lot in the past few weeks. And it's something that it was actually on that little section of my desk also with the Nuummite. But one day I just picked it up and took it out of the room. Like, this is coming with me. And that day I was wearing a pair of yoga pants that has like the tiny inner pocket, you know? So I had it tucked in right there. So it was like right on me all day. And I loved it so much. So as the days went on, I kept, like, when I would get undressed at night, I would like put it on a table in my closet, and then the next day when I would get dressed again, I would put it back in my pocket of whatever I was wearing. So this is Nzuri Moyo. It is a combination of rhodochrosite and epidote. It's just so happy. It's like this euphoric feeling happiness. It's lighthearted, it's like giggly, it has like the soothing, calming properties on the bottom of it, but that's not what it's like exuding. It's exuding happiness. I feel like it's just like bubbling out within it. And this is one that, because it's like a combination stone, I don't know if it's in that many crystal books, but you can find information about it online. So it's only found in one location. It's there. They found like a small pocket of it in Nambia in Africa. And in Swahili, it means good heart or blessed heart. So it's very much about the heart energies, the greens and the pinks. And like I said, you can't necessarily find a lot about this stone, but what I have read about it is people feel calm and peaceful, really happy, full of love. Ah. It might turn out to be one of my favorite stones. Yeah, it's worth checking out. As a last minute addition, I would like to add shungite. I've been very, very careful to wear shungite a lot this month. That is it for me today, you guys. Those were my favorite crystals in the month of May. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next month. Have a great day!